Hello, everybody. Welcome in for another episode of Vol Club Confidential. I'm your host, Austin Price. Vol Club Confidential brought to you by the great people at Knoxville Smiles. More on them coming up. Tonight on the show, we've got Alberto Osuna of Tennessee Baseball. We'll talk about his path, his journey, and we'll get to know him. But first, more on Knoxville Smiles.
Knoxville Smiles depend on us to make you smile better. Knoxville Smiles, are you happy with your smile today? Knoxville Smiles, we're all about smiles.
Hey Lance, what makes you smile?
Pancake blocks.
What's up, Alberto?
Hey, how you doing?
Good man, you?
Doing well, doing well.
Alberto, this journey's been quite, strange for compared to most. Why Tennessee? Why did you decide to leave Tampa and take this shot at trying to play here right before the season started?
Right, yes, sir. Well, we just found out, obviously, with what was going on, with the opportunity that I might get to play. And so just reaching out, I entered the transfer portal. Tennessee reached out to me, and then we just kind of started talking. And I've obviously, being from Walter State, just knew how great of a program it was. Funny thing was, I wanted to live in Knoxville, so it's kind of just like a dream for me to be at this place, and it just all kind of worked out, all lined up, and then I took the chance. I just decided to come here, try to do something special with the Volunteers.
What kind of gut punch has this been, though, to be ruled ineligible? I mean, you've got it feels like there's always like 6 different sets of rules, and you don't know what you're playing by with some of this stuff. And like how frustrating as a student athlete is this to see one guy ruled eligible in one sport, and there's a couple of baseball guys that are not eligible.
Right. Yes, sir. I mean, it's been extremely hard. I feel like I've definitely tried my best to show like that it isn't. I've been kind of just trying to keep my positive mind. Hopefully there can be something that comes out of it, something positive, or there's a change that would allow me to play. But it's definitely been hard just seeing other guys that are going to be able to get that junior college season back, and so far haven't heard that I will be getting it back. So it has been pretty tough.
You look at your teammates; they're wearing the free Berto shirts, and Dean Curley's out there and doing his shirt after a double and flashing it. You've been here like 5 minutes, and these guys are going to bat for you. Some of them, if you became eligible and played, you might take their spot. Why have they become such fans of yours that they are doing what they're doing? Because I mean, you weren't here a month ago, and these guys are going to bat for you left and right.
Right. No, I mean, I think it just shows the family that that Tennessee has. Obviously my teammates, but also coaching staff, but then also the fans. I mean, the support I've been getting over the past since I've been here, but then also the past just like 2 weeks since it really blew up. It's just been phenomenal. Like, it's really been a blessing. And just with Dean's celebration, I mean, that was incredible. I had no idea he was doing it. And so when I saw it, I mean, it means a lot to me that theyese guys, they're the ones that said, no, like, we're wearing this for BP the other day. Obviously, Dean's situation, like, had no idea that was going to happen. I mean, it's just been phenomenal, and just the types of people everyone is. And I think it just kind of shows that the team just wants to win. Like, they want to do whatever it takes to win, and nobody really cares about the playing situation. If they know that me being eligible could help them win, then I think that's all they want.
So what are you doing during games? Like, kind of take me through what each game is like for you. What are you trying to do to help? What are you are you able to go, hey, I noticed you dip your left shoulder right there on that swing. Are you able to give little hints? Like, what are you doing that can help this team still thrive?
No, right. I mean, that's kind of the role that when I'm speaking to Coach Vitello and Coach Kivett and Coach E, kind of a role that they wanted me to take, like just being a leader a little bit more. And I stand near the coaching staff and just like hearing what they have to say, like just the way they communicate with players and things. And then I just have younger guys like come up to me, like ask me different approaches, like how to approach different pitchers, and like kind of try to get an idea from that way. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I have had a lot of experience, and I mean, I'm trying to just help them as much as possible, stay in a clear mind. I pulled a couple of times, had to pull guys aside like after a bad at bat and just remind them like, hey, like that one's behind you, like all that matters is the next one, and just kind of trying to bring a little bit of maturity to help those guys. I mean, even though I can't get on the field, I know I can help in other ways, and that's what I'm trying to do, bring positive vibes every single day and just chatter as much as I can, and just even if a guy might be having a bad day, I feel like I can kind of sense it a little bit and just go up to him and just get him to smile.
So just in case there's not a change, or just in case there is a change, what are you doing to stay sharp? Like, how do you? I mean, I guess going against this pitching staff in practice and that type of stuff probably does keep you fairly sharp.
Right. No. Yes, sir. I'm still practicing like normal. I do the pregame like normal. Everything like normal. It's just once the game starts, I kind of take a little bit more of a coaching role once that happens. But I mean, I feel like I stepped in and was able to kind of be like a leader, just I think with how much I've been around the league and things like that, and just taking advantage of what they've allowed me to do. I'm just still practicing like everything were normal and I could play a game.
Hindsight's 20/20. Do you wish you'd stayed at Tampa, or are you happy you're here even though you're not getting to play?
I'm still happy I'm here. It's been so much fun. Gotten to learn a lot from Coach Vitello, Coach E, Coach Kivett, Coach Ricky. I mean, everybody on the staff is phenomenal, and let's not forget Coach Q. I mean, I think he's the best in the business. So just the coaching staff here is phenomenal. The players have made it extremely easy, like you said at the beginning. Like, I haven't barely been here, but I already feel like I've been here for years, and they really brought me in as a family. And then finally, you can't go without saying the fans are just getting behind me so much, and it's just been incredible to see the amount of support that I've had here. It's just truly been a blessing.
When you look at the culture here, I mean, we talked about this with a couple guys the last few weeks. The amount of change, and for this team just to continue to win, get the sweep over Florida last weekend, like what's it say that, even if you were eligible, you could just step right in and play. These, transfers or freshmen are stepping right in, and they're just having success and thriving.
I think it's the precedent that the coaching staff has set here. I really don't think it matters who's on the field. I think it's more what their determination is, and it truly is incredible. Once I saw the killer instinct that the coaching staff instills in every single player, they don't accept losing. Like, losing is not in their vocabulary. And even when we're winning, we learn a lot. So it truly is incredible how determined everybody is to obviously go back to back. But it's just, even though they won the national championship last year, and then coming back, it's very easy to be satisfied. Okay, we won a national championship. That's going to happen again. These guys were the complete opposite, where they attacked. And they're, as you can see, this team is phenomenal as well, and they're attacking, and they're out for, I guess what you could say, redemption. I mean, they won, but they're out to do it again, and it truly is special how much this team wants to win and how much competition there is.
You were on that North Carolina team a year ago that played Tennessee out in Omaha. From afar, from across the field, what did you notice? And I know that's a different team than the team you're currently on, because so many faces have changed. But what did you notice then?
I would say the biggest, it was both teams. I feel like had mutual respect for each other. We both knew we were extremely good teams, and we knew it was going to be a good game. But I could just tell that, they played loose and they played hard, and they were playing to win. At no point did they ever. They almost saw right through us, and they just wanted to beat us. And not only beat us, they wanted to just embarrass us almost, you
Sure.
know. And I mean, once you get, for example, the Florida team, that's a really good Florida team that we were able to beat this past weekend. it's more about they're focused on what they're going to do to beat us. Like, they're not focused on us. They just focus on what they need to do. And I feel like that's what makes this place extremely special. It's a they're tough opponents to play as well.
How quickly did you see the rock painted?
Actually, pretty quickly. So it's right in front of the freshmen's dorms, and a guy, I guess, saw it out of his window and took a picture, sent in the group chat, and I was like, wow, like that's phenomenal. Like, I honestly didn't know how
The
big
history of the rock,
the
yeah.
history of the rock, or like how big of importance that was, until they told me, like, by the way, like, there hasn't been a baseball player painted on there, and Hunter Ensley told me in the 5 years I've been here, like, you're the only guy. I'm like, wow, like that means a lot. Like, just the support obviously means so much to me.
So what's the biggest thing you've learned about Knoxville in the 5 minutes you've been here?
I would say the volunteer fans are one of a kind. They're phenomenal. They love Tennessee, that's for sure, and they'll do anything to see Tennessee win. I mean, we've had crowds where we're playing teams that we kind of know, like, we go into it knowing like we have a really good chance of beating
Gonna
them.
win, yeah.
Yep, and I mean the fans show up like it's a super regional, you know, like it truly is incredible, and I don't know if they know how much it means to us, but it means a lot to know that our fans have our back no matter what.
So where does it go from here for you?
That's a great question. I think that one is I'm a big believer, and wherever God needs me to be is where I need to be, but I know that right now I need to be in Knoxville, Tennessee, and that's all I'm worried about.
What do you learn from this? Like what do you take away from it, and maybe what can you learn from the program, even if you're not able to play the rest of the year?
No, right. I mean, it's just I've been super lucky to be a part of 3 great programs, 4 honestly great programs, and just out of all of them, they all kind of have their little bit of twist to win. You know, like they have their own way of winning. And I feel like that's something that I can take from here, is just how to work, how different. I feel like it's just really important how different programs do things. And I mean, Tennessee has completely, since Coach Vitale has been here, I mean, he flipped this program around like in 1 or 2 years, and they've stayed consistent since then. That's the consistency that any player or coach wants. So I think just learning from the coaching staff how a program is well run. And I mean, I've been lucky at North Carolina as well, sustained success, Walter State sustained success, and even my time at Tampa, just learning from Coach Urso, like how you can go about winning.
Even in the tough times, what makes you smile?
I think just knowing that God put me here for a reason, and I know I'm here for something. I'm not exactly sure what. I thought at first it was for playing, but I know I'm here for something, and I'm still just extremely happy to be here.
What a positive attitude, man. I mean, to go through this, I don't think I'd have the attitude he does. Now more on Knoxville Smiles.
I'm Tennessee basketball player JP Estrella. Let me give you a tour here of the offices at Knoxville Smiles. Dr. Costa is placing implants with a robot, and it's all done digitally. There's no guessing with this since it's all robotic. Dr. Volquest is the newest addition to the office. He loves to research the latest and greatest in technology, so the other doctors go to him for the newest product information and techniques. Dr. Malone is building teeth in the mouth. To him, cosmetic bonding is more like artwork. He does this without cutting your teeth down. It's all about building them up. Guys, we still have a problem. Do y'all have a bigger chair?
All right, you played at Walter State. I played golf at Walter State many moons ago. Many moons ago. Favorite place to eat in Morristown?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I'm interested to see if you can jive with what I'm thinking here.
It'll be interesting to see what you say, but my personal favorite was a Sakura, the Japanese steakhouse over. I couldn't tell you what street. I mean, it's been a few years now, but I had my good share of meals there. That's for sure.
I'm an Akita guy.
Akita. Oh, actually, I don't remember that one. I'm trying to think.
Oh, this is such a disappointment.
I'm sorry.
How many times you been to Pals in your life?
A good amount in the 2 years I was at Walters, that's for sure.
Did you graduate from Walters or just go 2 years?
I went 2 years and graduated. Yes, sir.
What'd you go in?
Exercise and sports science.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What about from North Carolina?
Same thing. Graduated in exercise and sports science.
What do you want to do when baseball is done?
I would hope that baseball would not be over for me, and I would just go into the coaching realm.
Okay, so you want to coach. So do you mean when you're getting to stand by the coaches, that's a perk too?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's what shows like just the great opportunity that I get to learn from Coach Vitello, Coach E, Coach Kivett, Coach Ricky, just everybody, just being able to soak in as much information as I can. And
maybe that's why you're here.
It's crossed my mind definitely that I'm getting a great opportunity. If this is the start to my coaching career, just a great opportunity to learn. Just still more of a player coach right now than anything, but just being able to learn and help as much as I can.
Do you ask a lot of questions? Like when they make a decision, do you go, "Why did you do that?" Like it's a little easier, I think, for you in your role, maybe so than maybe Dean Curley. Hey, Vitello, why did you do this? like when you're not able to play, are you able to be a little more inquisitive with decisions that coaches make?
That's a great question, but I'm gonna be honest. Probably no. I'm not that. I'm still.
You're not that forward yet.
No. I'm still more of a player, but
sure.
It is interesting the decisions that I see Coach Vitello make, and then I know like when I'm seeing, I'm like, wow, like that's. I mean, he's a genius. He's one of the top coaches in the country, if not the top. And
yeah.
It's just being able to see how great minds think. How when we see something, he's already thought it through probably a long time before we could even figure that could happen.
Yeah.
And I think he already has an idea of what he wants to do, and then actually being able to execute is another thing that I think is really tough to see as from the outside looking in. He just does a phenomenal job at everything, planning it out, and also just reacting with a gut feeling that it just seems to work every time. And I don't think there's coincidence there. I think he's just prepared. I think he's more prepared than I've ever seen any coaches.
When we say coaching, are you thinking college coaching? Are you thinking high school coaching?
I'd like to stay in the college realm, yes, sir. I just love the competition aspect of it. You're playing for something, and it's just like this. I feel like the aging is like really cool. How you can see someone start out from a freshman and then see them junior, senior year, how much growth they can have in those 4 years. I think would just be a blessing for me to be able to stay in the college realm.
You remember when you first fell in love with baseball?
I don't think I can remember because, well, my mom said I was literally born on the baseball field. My brother was a big influence in my career. He's 5 years older than I am, but I've always kind of just stuck behind him and always just loved watching him play, being about boy first teams. I think he just really showed me how to love the game. So I wish I could tell you an answer, but I think it's just as far as I can remember, I've loved baseball.
What do you love most about it?
That's a great I think it's just there's a lot of things to love about it. Just the competition aspect of it. I'm a huge competitor, but also it's just the teammate part of it. Like there's nothing else like being on a team, and also like the strategy of it. I think just everything as a whole, everything that baseball brings, the community. I mean,
if you could change one thing about baseball, what would it be? What's the worst or most boring part about it?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, there's obviously things.
I mean, the pitching clock sped it up. Games are quicker now.
Right. One thing that I love that they do at games here is the music between pitches. I feel like that I was able to go to a game in Mexico and they play music between every single pitch. I feel like bringing that into college and bringing that just into baseball in general would
makes time move faster.
Makes it move faster, more like enjoyable. It's like I don't know about making it like Mexico because there it's like a party and then there just happens to be a baseball game at this huge party. Basically, that's what they treat it like. But
sure.
It does make it like a little more interesting, a little more. I feel like it keeps you in the game a lot more.
You're from Greenville, South Carolina. There is no Major League Baseball team in Greenville, South Carolina.
No, sir.
Are you a Braves guy?
A huge Braves fan, yes, sir.
I assumed. I mean, that's where that part of the country kind of leans, right?
Right.
But I didn't know. I mean, I've had 1,000 kids out here, and they, common sense says they're from here and they should be a fan of this team, and then they'll throw some team on the other side of the country. So.
Right. Yes, sir. No, I'm a Braves fan since I can remember. We used to have the Greenville Braves growing up.
Favorite Brave of all time?
Your
age should dictate this answer. And if you go anything older, I will be surprised.
I would probably say growing up, I would always watch Chipper Jones play.
Okay.
So I'd have to say Chipper Jones.
How old were you when Chipper was still playing, though?
That was my around teenager years. When did he retire? Probably 12 or 13, around there.
Maybe. I mean, he started in '95.
But I mean, that's just the most common answer.
Yeah, well, I thought you were going to say Freddie Freeman, just because your age.
I wanted to say Freddie Freeman, but also with him going to the Dodgers, I mean, makes it a little bit tougher. But yes, Freddie. I loved Freddie Freeman.
Did Freddie really want to leave though?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I personally still love watching him play.
As you should.
I mean, he's a great guy, a great husband, great father. I mean, just a phenomenal human being,
I will say a name as my favorite Brave of all time. You will probably not know who this is because you're not old enough, but Ron Gant would be my favorite Brave of all time. When I was a kid, I loved the number 5, the way his batting stance, the whole deal. That was some peak Braves. Dave Justice, Ron Gant, Sid Bream. You ever watch old school Braves highlights? Old school TBS.
I have actually watched a few games.
You get the Bream slide. Get to the pennant in '91.
Mm-hmm. I do know that.
yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. What's the one thing you do outside of baseball that most people don't realize about Alberto?
I would say it's surprising how much I cook. I cook a lot, and I really enjoy cooking. With my parents have a restaurant in Greenville, so I've just always grown up around the food industry. And then
what kind of restaurant?
A Mexican restaurant. So everything that I make has a little bit of Mexican seasoning in it. Just the flavor of it's a little different, But
all right, ball fans, we got to get out and support. What's the name of the Mexican restaurant? Let's give it a plug.
Corona's Mexican Restaurant, Coronitas Mexican Restaurant in Greenville.
Go ahead and give the address. Do you know it?
I do not. I don't know.
I'm putting you on the spot. And you don't know it.
It's on Wade Hampton Boulevard. If that helps.
There you go, Wade Hampton Boulevard. Is Mexican your go-to?
It is my go-to. I think. I mean, for me, that's just like the most normal food to eat. So,
if it wasn't Mexican, what is it? What's your go-to? Just steak?
Just rice or chicken and rice, or steak and rice, shrimp and rice usually.
Like some Japanese?
Or I do love Japanese food, Italian food. I don't know if you can.
You like all food?
I love food, so I love trying new foods. There isn't much that I don't like, so.
But you didn't know what Akita was. This was such a disappointment. I just knew he was going to say Akita. And he went with this other place.
I actually feel like I have heard of Akita. I just couldn't tell you what part of Morristown it is.
It's just right there near the college. It's right there near the college. It's in an old Dairy Queen. Right in front of Franklin Moreno Park.
See, I can't put my finger on it where it would be. I mean, it's not like there's.
You get the 4-lane right there. I'm going to go quick here because I don't want to waste time with people's time. You get the 4-lane right there in between the Walmart and the college.
Right.
And you're going away from the interstate, right?
Right.
You get off the exit, which is the mall exit.
Mm-hmm.
You go left of the mall and Wendy's. You just go right, and it's right there on the right.
See, I mean, I know I've definitely driven past it.
Gonna have to take you.
There's not many roads.
Gonna have to take you. There's not many roads in Morristown.
Not many roads. So I know I've driven past it definitely.
Where's one place you've never been that you'd like to go?
Ooh, that's interesting. Like anywhere in the world?
Yep.
Anywhere in the world. I would go with somewhere in Europe, like Paris or Barcelona, something like that.
Yeah.
Like I've never been to Europe, so I feel like that would be a cool places to go.
I hear you there. Give me your Mount Rushmore of baseball players.
All time. Let's see. Putting me on the spot here. I mean, the obvious is you have to put Babe Ruth on there.
Yeah.
let's see, Ted Williams. You have to put on there.
I like where this is going. He's not just like naming guys that played in the last 15 years.
No, I mean you gotta go with the history. Very controversial pick, Barry Bonds.
I'm with you 1,000%, and we're gonna add on to this. Give me your fourth.
And my fourth. Let me think. I'm trying. I'll go Mariano Rivera. Just to add a picture
I love
there.
that. I love that. I mean, unanimous Hall of Famer. I love that.
You gotta give a little bit of love to some pitchers. So
I agree. So Clemens and Bonds, do they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
I would say that time period of baseball changed what baseball was. So I would say yes, because performing on the baseball field.
I agree.
And obviously, if they're allowed in, then a lot more people would be allowed in.
That's right.
But especially in that time period, I feel like a lot of people came towards the sport of baseball. So,
yeah. Well, and I think there's a few that probably are in that no one ever got evidence on that, they got in, they got out, no one knew, and they're in the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds, 500 guy. I mean, he was there before he ever bulked up and decided to go for 73, right? Like, right. I mean, he had Hall of Fame numbers. Roger Clemens had Hall of Fame numbers, Cy Youngs, before he ever, added some zest there at the end of his career to be able to let him do what he did into his early 40s. That's where I'm at with it. It's like, okay, you punished him for a few years. You got a bunch of old baseball writers that were ornery and crotchety and do it out of spite. I think they're to me they're lock Hall of Famers.
Right. I mean, I would agree. Like what they did on the baseball field, I mean, it's incredible. Just thinking about Barry Bonds hitting more than 656 home runs. Correct?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite baseball player ever, Albert Pujols. And Miguel Cabrera. Probably Miguel Cabrera more than Albert Pujols, but because I grew up a little bit more watching Miguel Cabrera.
I love Griffey, man. Just so smooth. So smooth.
That's a great pick too.
If he hadn't got injured, man, I think he would be right there. I would have had a chance to pass Aaron if he hadn't had those injured years and then went to Cincinnati. It's a rough time to go to Cincinnati. Well, man, Alberto, we appreciate you, man. Great getting to know you, and great getting to hear your story. And what a outstanding attitude for not the most ideal situation.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, even though it's been a tough situation, I know I have a lot of support with the amazing Vol fans and my coaching staff and especially my teammates that have just brought me into this family. So I'm just super grateful for how everyone's been treating me since I've been here, and I'm just lucky to be here. So
appreciate you coming in, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.